Now you spent time investing your time in showing the concept to many people, generating and creating interest around your modernization. Now it's time to fund and acquire it. Who all should be involved? Who needs to sign off on this? What is the process through acquisition? What are the choices that you might have or be able to influence? We're going to tackle that and more in this section. And at the very end, I want to have a little way for you to contact me if you want to talk more about your specific situation. Well, thank you for going through seeding and all the elements and what you need in your rendering. Now let's focus on funding and acquisition. We're in this process together. Funding and acquisition is a very important process. It doesn't happen. You can do all the preparations, but this has to be addressed to make it happen. So, we want to present rendering to deciders, right? We want to present that rendering that the deciders we talked about at the very beginning of the presentation. We want to show them, the garrison commander. He's key in all this. The master planner has to be able to see this, and at least the assistant master planner. Division headquarters. Some of the presentations should be made in a division headquarters where all the people who are considering funding this got their eyeballs on it. Broaden your audience, broaden your audience, broaden your audience. The brigade commander also that's over the specific facility. DPW, another key person in this, of which the master planner is over the DPW. So what are the deciders' agenda? Well, they want to, you want to help them understand and align with them as much as you can. All those decision makers above, we want to work with them. Modernization is readiness. Please convey that in your discussions with them. All those big goals, it goes straight to readiness. I mean, morale and welfare is an enormous thing that applies to retention. Be an advocate for the larger goals. Retention, participation, morale. You have to constantly advocate and campaign. All right. So present the renderings to other funding sources. We definitely want national ASC support. That's very important. They have to have eyes on this. They have money for life cycle replacement. Sometimes they can give money to a renovation. We want to raise the profile with all potential users. We're talking about people who have their hands on the funds, but let's raise the profile with people who use the facilities. That includes JCO. They're influential in this, and they will help do presentations for you to advance this modernization. Special forces. I've found that they have special pots of money that can be applied when they're bought into. Solicitation and contracting. Okay, there's been a movement to embrace your modernization plan, and there's been a real expedition to seek out the funds to make it work. So we have a construction scope of work we have to get completed, right? And it needs to be done by a local proven general contractor. The construction scope of work I often find is funded by the local garrison. Equipment and material and decor, that's often founded by another agency like ASC or another one. The vendor that you're using with should help the DPW to be able to write specs for MIC so that they can make a solicitation based on renderings and written specs. Now, so MIC will award for the renovation construction component. All those, remember the demo slide? I mentioned that because it's key. There's going to be construction work. Remember those template slides? There's going to be work that's adds to all the treatments of the floor, ceilings, and walls. Lighting. There's a lot of things that go into construction to renovate a facility. All the electrical and gas and rough-in supplies need to be located. So now the other side, when the pendulum swings to equipment, furniture, and decor beyond construction, you know, that money will land with a resource advisor at your location. And that resource advisor is going to determine how they want to do it. And from my experience, they might perceive this as an equipment-only acquisition and send it up to DLA for them to procure out of Philadelphia. Or maybe they might use a MIC 8A type contractor that they trust this local to solicit and furnish the equipment, furniture, and decor. But in any case, either one they choose, you got to get those funds obligated, and the DLA can do it with the MIPR, and MIC can do it with an awarded contract. The MIPR is a little more flexible, that in the middle of September, you can get your money obligated if you've MIPR'd it off to DLA before year end. MIC may have a more difficult time depending on their contract award process to solicit, compile, advertise, and award before year end if you're in the middle of September. Once you've had your modernization concept make it through funding and acquisitions, everybody agrees, and you feel like you've hit the lottery. Well, you're not done yet, because now you're going to have new energies required applied to project management and more work we'll talk about in the following videos. And if you want to talk to me more about specifics of your facility, you can reach me at www.calendly.com/HamptonOliver/one-on-one, and we can book some time together and look at this process together and make it work for you.